So I'm registered through the yoga studio who's registered through Lizette. And what we do at the studio is basically every month, sometimes we skip a month here and there, but pretty much every month we teach a class, like with a theme, so like with a topic, and we teach the class on that topic. That way we can have like, a new and interesting class every week or every month. So one of the students at the studio, she enrolled with me at the beginning of the year, and she's been sharing, and she also has health coaching, and she's like, certified with like Ayurveda, like Indian medicine and stuff. She's really interesting. She does Reiki and stuff like that through her little practice, and it's now incorporating oils. And so she's been like just selling to her clients, like, in person. So she wants to do like kind of model what we've done at the studio, doing a couple little themed classes. So she basically wants to do them as like a little series of classes for her existing customers. So almost like a like a membership growing kind of experience. So yeah, I'm excited about that. So so it was my first time ever actually teaching a class, and it went really well. It was super easy. So we're going to do 2 or 3 more. I'm going to help her do 1 or 2, and then she's going to do a few on her own, like every other month for the next couple months.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yay.
And so a lot of her clients also do other stuff. Like one of the women that was there today is an esthetician, and she uses oils during her facials, and so yeah, I think it's good. I'm excited for her, for my builder.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. That's really cool. Amanda, I have a question for you. So you said it was your first class. So you've been doing one-on-ones and a lot of online stuff. What do you feel like you like better?
So I thought that I was not going to like it, and that I was going to be nervous, and it was completely like not at all. It was so easy, and it was really natural. And when I left, I was like, yeah, I could do this. Yeah, I could do this every other day. I could teach classes just as often as I'm doing one-on-ones, which is like every other day. So yeah, this is cool.
Wow, that's good.
And I can meet with more than one person at a time.
Yeah. There's definitely pros and cons to both. What about you, Tanya? What do you prefer?
I like them both, but I think that it's easier to close in a class.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if my one-on-ones, I'm having a hard time closing, but I think it's because they're all my friends. Like I haven't kind of gone out of my circle yet. So it's really hard to tell them that they need to kind of choose right now, because they don't. They're like,
you're like, I'm still here.
Yeah. So I think that's the tricky part. I think it would be easier to close if it was someone that I was more distant from.
I find that too. Yeah.
And that's okay. And it's not a big deal. I guess they'll do it when they want to do it. And last week I was kind of bummed because I have probably about 8 people that I think really want to buy. And I think they're waiting till the end of the month. So, next week I might have 8 more, but I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, well, as long as you're kind of keeping the things rotating in motion, you're fine.
And I kind of figured I'm just going to wait until Tuesday to talk to them, because it's a holiday weekend. And to talk to them now, they're going to put it on the side burner. And so I'm just going to touch base with everybody on Tuesday and fingers.
Yeah.
And then I'm ready for June. I already have my classes scheduled and several one-on-ones scheduled. So I'm excited.
You're an animal. I don't even have June done. That's amazing.
I know. My husband goes, "What did you do with your time before?" I'm like, I don't know.
Oh, gosh.
Because I don't know.
That's awesome.
Wait till school's out. Then what am I going to do?
I said the same thing to Alicia today. I'm like, Tanya's off for the summer. I don't know. We better watch out.
Well, we were talking about how some people slow down in the summer, and she's like, yeah, I don't think that's going to happen.
I think I just made executive, and I think I could possibly get elite by Wednesday.
I think so.
Friday, Wednesday. That's right. I saw that. Congratulations.
I know.
I was going to announce it tomorrow, along with like everybody's 10 enrollments this month. I'm like, oh my gosh, everybody's like doing great. So, Linnea, what are you liking about the one-on-ones or classes? Do you have a preference?
I don't know. I think I
you can say none.
Yeah, no, I think I like one-on-ones a little bit better. I don't know why. It just seems to flow a little bit easier for me, and I think it's easier to close in a one-on-one versus a bigger group.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I feel like my March and April were like really busy and like go, and now this month I'm like, I don't know what to do.
That's normal. I mean,
yeah. So
there's ebb and flow to everything, and it's like one of these days, I don't know if we can like align all the stars that everybody's on the same flow. That would be so amazing. But it's like life. Like you're doing great as long as you're plugging away at those other things. Then you have the energy when it's really busy. So you're great. Don't even sweat it.
Yeah. I think I got a little discouraged too because I had that meeting with my bosses, and I was really excited for it. And there's two of them. And I think one of them was like on board, like, yeah, let's do this. And the other one was like, I don't know. So it's just kind of stopped.
They haven't said anything?
No. So I don't know. I mean, I gave them Elsa. I spent like, stop. I need you to go away, please.
Oh, I totally feel you, girl.
Yeah. I spent like an afternoon on PubMed. Are you familiar with that? Mm-hmm. Like Google for research articles and looking up stuff about oils and pain and finding all these examples of all these different hospitals and different other healthcare organizations that have implemented them and like double-blind research. I'm like, look at all this stuff I have. And then they're like, yeah, I don't know. I think the doctors are going to think we're weird and they're going to not send people to us anymore. I'm like, okay.
I don't know. Well, maybe there's another way you could go about it, though. And there's always different routes. I mean, you planted a really big seed, and I think that's really important.
And they didn't say that I couldn't use it, like with my patients. They said, if you want to, go ahead. We just they don't know if it would be implemented, like, with everyone.
Well, just start there, though. And then if they see success, the more doTERRA gets involved with clinics and we're releasing more studies and we're getting into more healthcare, they're going to pay attention, especially because you already planted that seed. So,
right.
Guys, I had something horrible happen this week, and I know it was a blessing in disguise. So, I know you're all sharing wins. Well, I'm going to share a huge loss. I have been working with a chiropractic office, and it's honestly been sucking the life out of me because I've trained them. I've gone in there. I've given them literature. I've offered to teach classes. I've done everything, and there's like no movement happening. And long story short, the manager in the office is with Young Living, okay? So she hates me. Let's just be honest. Let's just call it what it is. She hates me. Young Living people seem to hate doTERRA people. I don't know what it is, but I don't have hate for them. Anyway, somehow, some way, after like 6 months of being in there, training, buying them a diffusers, doing all this like lesson learn, I got an email that's about 2 sentences long that says, "We've decided to go with Young Living. Thanks for everything."
No.
And I have never like I don't lose very often. So, but it was a really good lesson for me because number one, I knew that had they continued, I would have just been spinning around in circles, and I probably would have had to end up doing all the work for them. I probably would have completely enabled them. And I basically told the universe last week, I am not enabling anybody else anymore. And I get that email. And so it was like, kind of like, here's what's right for you, but it's tough because I go in there, I've got my daughter going in there, it's kind of awkward. So anyway, I just want to share, things happen all the time, and you just have to know that there's just a timing to everything, and we can't control everything. And if you're getting a bunch of no's right now or whatever it is, just know it's temporary and that it will pass. You know, there's just always something to, one door shuts, another one opens, and you just can't cry too long over it. I was pretty bummed for about a night, and then I woke up the next day and I was like, this is a blessing in disguise. I can't even get them to answer an email about what oil they want to diffuse in their office, you know, let alone big business stuff. So good riddance.
Well, and I think it's a lesson too, like to not focus on one thing and not put all your eggs in one basket, you know, like to have multiple things going and always be kind of, you know, like moving around and making sure you're not.
Well, I don't. I mean, I agree, but I always have multiple things, but it was like one thing, like, you know, like, okay, I'm going to keep planting the seed over there, or I'm going to do a little bit of over there. And, you know, it's just like, it's kind of like, and F you, we're just going to go with this other place.
Well, but
okay.
yeah, I also think it was a little bit also of like the universe telling you to like really listen to your intuition, because from what it sounds like, you weren't really like enjoying it.
I wasn't.
You know, they weren't really being open. I mean, yeah, they were letting you do this, but they weren't really responding the way you wanted them to, or the way other people
normal people would, right?
And so I feel like those were all signs, kind of like red flags, but also signs, and that you were picking up on, but you really just wanted to keep pushing it. And then as soon as you surrendered to the universe and said, you know, like, I don't want to do this anymore, then the email came in and, oh, okay. You know?
Totally. No, you're absolutely right. And so I just have to know, thank you, Nikki, that this just happens, and you're going to get no's. And as long as you keep going, you don't give up on that kind of stuff, there's going to be plenty more yeses. So anyway, I just want to share with you my loss. And lots of wins too. So
yeah.
Hey, Sunny.
She made it.
Hi guys.
How are you?
Good. It's always a complete scramble trying to get out of the office because people are handing me things and I'm trying to shut my computer down, and you know, I've got like a ton of things that I always have to go to the bathroom before I leave because it's like a 2-hour drive.
Yeah.
Long.
Oh my gosh, 2 hours. Oh,
hours.
It's so brutal, you guys. I cannot even begin to tell you how over it I am. And more I see the toxicity that is going on in this office and what it does to me. And it's, you know, I know my husband's working really hard, but I am telling you, we are going to all go out and we are going to have a hoopla freaking celebration when I can give them my 2 weeks and be totally done with this place. I've got to get out of there.
Yes.
In the meantime, put lots of white fur around you.
You know, you know what came up for me this week, because, you know, I'm just dealing with a lot of, you know, just there's a lot of toxic, negative people, and it makes the bad in me come out. And I admit that, and I recognize it. And I was having such a funky week at the beginning of the week. I scanned myself on Tuesday night, and Forgive was one of my top oils that I needed. And I'm like, yeah. So I actually applied that all day yesterday, and that's the bug that got everything I did yesterday for the 24 hours put a fire under my butt big time. So that's why I started my page today.
Awesome.
Yesterday. I started it yesterday. Anyway, loss and win.
Awesome.
Cool. Wow. Glad you're on your way home.
Yeah.
Gina, do you want me to just chat and ask some questions and talk about closing a bit, or do you have an agenda?
No, that's good.
Okay.
That I kind of want you to do your thing, and then if we have anything else after you have to get off, then we'll do that then.
Okay, sounds good. So I wanted to jump on with you guys because I heard I'm jealous of your fun calls, number one. So I want to be on a fun team call. So thank you for allowing me to be on here. Wanted to talk, you know, closing a little bit, and maybe any challenges and just throwing any frustrations that we have. I have them too, kind of just out there, put it on the table and see if we can kind of help give some suggestions to get through them. So does anybody want to kind of throw out what's your biggest challenge with closing right now, if you're having a challenge? Anybody?
My one-on-ones I can't close them at the meeting, at the appointment.
Okay.
They just don't.
Okay.
Have they had have you sampled them, or are these like brand new?
Some have.
Okay.
But it's just, and I think I really, in my heart, feel like it's because I know them so well. You know, they're people I work with or I see all the time. So it's kind of, probably if I got them together in a class, they would buy then. So, and I think since a lot of them are school people, I think a lot of them right now, it's so stressful that you can't think, as a teacher at the end of the school year, you can't think about anything except for when is it going to be over. So
yeah.
So I kind of think that's part of it, or it could, and it just might be I'm not proactive enough in trying to close it.
Okay, that's fair enough. Anybody else? Complaint? I know, Tanya, though, real quick, you're fine in classes though. Like classes, you seem to close well. It's the one-on-ones with friends. Is that what you're saying?
Correct.
Okay. Do you guys notice in classes though that people mimic what the other person does? It only takes one person to start to fill out their enrollment, and everyone else wants a piece of the pie, so they do it too.
Well, and I think a class is like more natural. People have been to Pampered Chef and they've been to camp, and so they kind of expect it at the end. Whereas I think with the one-on-one, sometimes it's like, oh well, I thought we were, it's a different feel.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, it can be a brand new introduction to something, right? Yeah.
Somebody else, throw us a challenge that you're experiencing.
People telling me that they just can't afford it, that they're super interested. They know, I know I need this. I know it's beneficial, but I just can't afford it. So I don't know if they just can't afford it, or if I'm not like, I don't know what they always say, adding value. Like, am I not explaining the value enough? Or that kind of seems to be what I'm getting.
Okay, that's good. I know we all heard that, so that's good. Anybody else?
I've heard I get a lot of I need to do a little more research.
Okay.
The last two that I've done, that was what stopped everything. So, and I just not, and I did just go through, my closing week, and it was really beneficial with the merge. So I kind of have a little bit different game plan for the one-on-ones. I don't think that the issues would be in the classes, but these one-on-ones that I struggle with the close. I get all nervous and like, okay, here, I just get nervous. And so I think my nerves are showing.
Okay.
And that may be a turnoff. And they're looking for a reason to just like, okay, well, I'm going to go do some research.
Totally.
I'm kind of feeling like I just started that Facebook group, and I feel as though if I can put information like you guys do, the little education pieces every day or every other day, just kind of try and, even if I'm just copying, but if I have that out there, then they're already have that education a little bit. So most of the people I know, I've kind of tried to join on there. So I think that might help. In fact, it helped on the one-on-one I had yesterday, because I know she's going to buy, because she took one of Mikey's bracelets. She bought a bracelet already. So I know she's going to buy this weekend for a fact, but she already was like, yeah, I saw that video you had on ticks. Let's look up some stuff on ticks because we have ticks here. So I think that is going to be a seed planted already, that they don't have that. I need to go research because I've already done the research for them.
That's actually, you bring up a really good point on the groups, because we've always done groups with customers already enrolled, so to educate them. But the new thing that I actually just started experimenting with and finding success with my one-on-ones is to open a separate group for those not enrolled. So you have a group for those that are already your customers that you're taking care of, and then you have a group for new people so that you can slowly feed, like Tanya said, touching on, you know, concepts or sharing videos, because not everyone wants to see that on your personal feed. But if you ask them, like, hey, I'm opening this natural health group, you know, how to use essential oils, are you interested in joining? And they already have said yes, you already know they're open.
Right.
And then you can start feeding them this information slowly. And that's what I've been doing basically since I started the Emerge program. And that's how I'm closing people, or, you know, is because I'm giving them little touches before. So that's a great point that you brought up, Tanya.
So would you recommend me opening a separate one for my customers, or just leave it?
Well, you could probably just leave it, but at one point it kind of starts to become a shift. I mean, I don't want to add a bunch of new people into the group we have, because I'm always putting, you know, promos or specials or some stuff that's just way beyond beginners. But it's up to you. I'm just saying I never thought like, oh, I should open a group for people who are interested in just learning, you know? So it's just a slower pace to be able to learn, I guess. But it probably
I have everybody, like I have one group with everybody in it, and I think it's kind of good because the people who don't buy yet are seeing, oh, there's that cool special, like, you know, or, oh, this is for, you know, like LRP customers, whatever, you know, like there's little bits of info here and there for them. I have everybody in one.
And that's why I approached you. But that's why I approached you.
Mm-hmm.
Was because you joined me to that group. And I mean, it took a year, but it was like, oh, I need to call you about that.
I don't think there's a wrong or right. I just know that that's how a lot of, you know, doTERRA, they recommended it, like the diamonds and stuff, because there's one funnel where you really want to educate people, and it just depends on the size of the group, at, you know, at what point you want to break off. But I don't think there's a wrong or right. I've just found that I could cater to more of the beginners better that way, so it's not always the same content. Whatever you do is great, but
I mean, I can see that, like, as the years go, you know, like you have this kind of established group, and then if you know, I can see.
Well, and what I'm doing is I'm pulling the people who are new, who then enroll, I move them to the other one, so they kind of like graduated, because this new group is basically a Facebook class at a slower pace. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
The Facebook class, just at a slower pace. So, but that's great that you're doing that, Tanya. So that's awesome. Anybody else want to share challenges with closing or frustrations?
Just with closing or challenges in general?
Well, it's mostly closing, but whatever you got, girl, we're listening.
I just like radio silence, I guess. I don't know. Like reach out to people, nothing.
Oh,
yeah.
Annoying. I get it.
Yeah. That's been my month. So, and I don't know why. It's such a good promo this month, and no one wants no one. So,
yeah,
I feel you, hon. Yeah.
What can you do, Anna?
Well, and it is the end of school, so like Tanya said, it's kind of it gets crazy for people. That could be one, you know, part of it.
I think a lot of it too is like, and I'm not saying you're not in a good place, but a lot of it is how we're feeling. And if we're frustrated, that totally, like if I'm overwhelmed with all the kids stuff, like that comes out in everything I do, you know? And so sometimes you just have to go, you know what, this just is what it is. And let me hit the timeout button and it can be very emotional for some of us. So, but let's talk a little bit about these challenges, because they're totally normal. They're all things that we all go through. And if you guys have done the Emerge program, I mean, this is pretty much where I'm pulling this content from. I think it's week 4, right? That was the close.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. And so what I think is really important, especially with closing, I think the number one thing, honestly, is what do we believe? What do we believe? Because we are doing sales, and I think we get it in our heads that we need this sale or we need this to make our month. And then when we think about ourselves, it's almost selfish. And then you almost feel guilty to close that person. You almost feel like this is just about me. Where this business, I mean, if you are selling skincare or if you are selling these things that really aren't enhancing people's lives, that really, you know, not everyone needs $500 in skincare every month or whatever it is, you know, but we're not. We're being able to represent and sell a product that actually adds value to people's lives. And so I even get stuck here too, you guys, but we have to remember who at the end of the day are we trying to service and who is really truly benefiting after you walk away from that conversation. So is it us or is it the customer?
The customer.
We enhance our lives by what? Getting a $22 check? Like, what do we do? Right? Like, that's not that exciting. But they get this kit that they're going to be able to use as tools in their home for everything. And so I think if you can always remember or try to put it in the back of your mind that at the end of the day, if they say no, and this isn't to be like bitchy, it's kind of their loss right now. Like, it's not yours, you know, they're missing out, and that's okay. There will be another time that they can access it again. So don't beat yourself up because they say no. They really are missing out on something that's going to add tremendous value to their life. So we wanted to just talk about closing, because not so that you can close every single deal, because that's not what we're trying to do. Yeah, we'd like to increase the percentage of your closing so that you're not spinning your wheels and wasting your time, but we want you to get more comfortable with the close. So we want you to feel at ease and know that you are actually really, truly servicing somebody and helping them. It's not really about you. Yes, it contributes to your goals. Yes, it helps you get, you know, earn a check, but don't you think that you deserve to be rewarded for helping somebody? You know, that's the way you kind of almost have to look at it. So belief is really huge. Does anybody have like challenges or issues with what you're doing or what you're selling as far as like knowing that you're benefiting somebody? Does that feel weird, Tanya?
No. Are you going to talk about the drop down?
The drop down? What's drop down?
Remember, like you try to sell the kit, and then
I have it in my notes.
Well, I think that's what helped me at this last class, because I just finished that week. And so part of it is, you know, we want them to buy the kit, but that doesn't, you know, if it's too much, I think I had it so in my mind, they need to buy the kit. They need to get it because that's what you're supposed to enroll with. And the Emerge kind of made it okay that you can kind of drop down. Okay, well, how about this trio? And this is, you know, $50. Well, that's still too much. Well, how about if we pick one that can help you? And it kind of allowed me to make it okay, because it is for them. If they really don't have the money and they really want to get involved, I don't want to get in the habit of giving them samples for everything. You want them to feel good about themselves in being able to buy something.
Yeah. So sorry, I didn't. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, I think that helped me with some of my closes. I mean, even though they all ended up spending over 100 PV, which was great, I wasn't worried about, you really should get this kit or you really should get that kit. Mm-hmm. So it helped me close, I think.
Yeah.
It does. It helped me a lot too last week. I think I posted that where I was so like focused on 2 kits. And she's like, well, I'm just not really sure that makes sense for me. And to be able to change it up and really make it about what her needs were was huge. So yeah, we can go into that real quick. But I just want to highlight again, the belief is probably the biggest part, and just remembering what you're doing. And so when you do get nervous, try to refocus that energy to, you know what, I'm here to help them. And if you can just keep thinking that in your head and really just listen to what their needs are, it's going to make it a lot easier and not feel like if you don't close, you're almost doing them a disservice, right? So instead of being nervous about the close, know that you're actually adding that value or giving them that service by letting them know how they can get that best discount, how they can get these right to their door. Does that make sense by kind of reversing that nervousness or those hesitations?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Okay. So belief is number one for sure. The second part, and this kind of addresses some of your challenges, are those of you who are doing the Emerge program, are you using the first appointment special? Have you tried that? Okay, that works.
Yeah.
It really works. I have been putting it to use even with the $50 back. People want instant gratification. It is very kind of sad in my mind because we're very materialistic in the sense that we want something we can have right now. So
what are you using?
I collect random oils and things. I put them in a bin.
Okay.
So in a class setting, what I use is a grab bag. And I fill it with like toothpaste. I fill it with fractionated coconut oil. I fill it with wild oranges, things that are about $10, $12 at most, sometimes less. Roller bottles, just empty roller bottles, because everybody's like, if I get this kid, I need roller bottles. And then I basically say, and if you place your order tonight, you can pick 1 or 2 items, depending on what the size of the class is, from this grab bag. And that is like a hit every time. So some sort of instant gratification for ordering there on the spot. Same with one-on-ones. If you like what you see and you're ready to get started, I want to let you know I have a special gift for you tonight. You can choose either wild orange or fractionated coconut oil. It's up to you, but it's your gift of choice if we put your order in tonight. Otherwise, this discount and this great service is going to be available to you still, after tomorrow, but this is only available tonight. And again, it will make people go, okay, I'll place my order now. And it doesn't have to be even that expensive. So definitely consider some sort of first class or first appointment special that's not going to break the bank for you, that will help them make a decision right now. And it sounds kind of tacky in a way, but it works. So
It's tacky.
And I think that my hard thing is that the people that I'm meeting with right now are still people I know really well. So I feel even weirder doing that with them.
Well, you can just say, hey, I have this. I make stuff up sometimes. I'm not a big liar, but I'll be like, hey, my upline gave this to me to use for, the next 2 days.
That's a good one.
If you like it, and I can get you one tonight. Just something where it's not super salesy.
Right. Because if it's coming from me, I feel like it is, but that's a good way to put it.
Yeah, blame it on Gina.
Well, yeah.
I'm teasing, but I'm just saying, put it in a way where, like sometimes I have a gal who has been saying she's going to order a home essentials kit for like a month and a half. And I'm honestly like just so over it. And Tracy's like, well, tell her I've got, a balance and serenity if she, places the order. I'm like, I don't need the order that bad, but she's like, I don't care. Sometimes if you just say, hey, somebody's got this for you, if you want to get your order in 24 hours, it makes them react. I don't love it all the time, but once in a while, I think that can be helpful for someone that you've been chasing a while. Otherwise, just do it in your classes and try not to make it like you always have a promo. Like let them know this is kind of limited.
Most people love free stuff anyway, like friend or not friend, like you're gonna,
yeah.
I like free stuff.
Like I save all my products of the month and I put them in a bin. I save my points. And I really use all my points for incentives. Once in a while, I'll use it for like a Mortel because my husband loves a Mortel. But to me, it's like free incentive money, and just use that stuff to save up. And that's why I can do these like giveaways or these things because I save it and pretend it's not there, So that's something you can try. And if you guys need help with, specials to begin with, we're more than happy to always, help you in some regard with roller bottles or, booklets or things. So like if you're struggling with that at first, let us know and we'll give you some ideas. And, I'm happy to send you a box of roller bottles or whatever. until you feel like, okay, I got this groove down. I can, start doing this. So don't hesitate to, ask us. Then the other thing is, and I know this is easier said than done, and it kind of goes a little bit back to belief, but like Sunny said, she's like, I get nervous and then I think it shows, and it totally shows, like and it's nothing to be like, it's not bad, and it's not anything to like be mad at yourself for, but the person's probably like, this poor girl's nervous. I want to get out of here as soon as possible. Like they're not doing it because they don't love you. They're doing it because they're like, I want to relieve her, like make her feel better, So just try to know and keep that in your head, like, hey, you know what? I really am helping her. And there's a saying where you have to fake it till you make it. If you don't truly believe that in your heart right now, that's okay. Just tell yourself it, like tell yourself until your brain and your cells know it. Like, I am helping people. I am adding value. I am, helping them, enrich their health and wellness. Like, just try to keep those in your mind versus you needing them, because at the end of the day, Sunny or whoever, they need you more than you need them. It's really true. They need these oils in their lives. So,
yeah.
It's not about closing 100%. It's more about being excited to show them what you got to offer them. Mm-hmm. And then the other thing is really listening. And I know we've talked about this a little bit, and I posted a little bit, but I mean, right now I'm talking 500 miles a minute. Like, it's really important to just shut your trap and listen. What are they telling you? They're telling you that they're not sleeping good. They're telling you that stress has got them down. They're telling you these things. And if we just go, well, here's a 10 oil kit or a starter kit, and then you can do this with it, that with it, and then you get 25% off, and you just stress them out even more. So, excuse me, really trying to listen and let them know you're listening. So like they say, I'm not sleeping good. Okay, so sleep's an issue for you. And maybe even like take a note and write it down so they know that that's important. And then, okay, well, I think, I can definitely help you with that. And then go on to the next thing. Okay, anything else type thing. And just kind of take notes, read it back to them so they remember what they said, and then find the kit or one or two options that you think is really going to help them. And sometimes it requires thinking a little fast on your feet, because the top 10 kits, or the basic 10 kits can cover a lot of things. But there are some times that they just don't really make sense for people. I had a gal that, weight loss, energy, what was her other thing? And like skin were her things. I'm like, oh my God, I don't have a kit for this. Other than cleanse and restore. And she's like, and I don't want to do a cleanse. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like what? So I was like, okay, what can I do? And I told her about the Home Essentials kit. I told her about I think it was the Aroma Touch. I was like, these aren't really making sense for her. So she said no. And then I said, well, you know what? I have one more thing I want to show you. I said, we're going to customize a kit for you. And this is actually going to be kind of like a precursor to any sort of weight loss program. So I'm going to start you on the Zendocrine Complex. I'd recommend the Tirazyme, and I'm going to recommend the Mito Max. And what these three are going to do is they're going to get your gut kind of cleaned up in a gentle way. They're going to help with energy. They're going to help with, with hormone balancing. Like I try to address, it's going to help with weight loss. It's going to, and all those things are true. Getting your gut into order is going to help with your skin. It's going to help with your energy. It's going to help with weight loss. And she's like, okay, great, perfect. And I was like, oh, okay. So say, hey, you know what, no problem. You say no, let me show you something and I like Tasha in the program, she goes, in the husband won't kill me range, you know, and that's maybe, you know, $50. Maybe it's a little intro kit and, you know, a wild orange. I mean, don't be afraid to start smaller with them, that where they're comfortable, and then they can add on. So there's always ways that you can kind of go back, but again, always repeating what you've heard and how these oils can actually specifically address what their needs are. Does that make sense? Yeah? Okay. So I think if you're able to really do that and listen a little bit more and really find something that works for them, I always keep the kits on hand. You guys always keep like the sheet on hand when you're meeting with people, so you have everything in front of you. And I always have like a calculator, so like if I need to do the $35 and add stuff up, I can do it real quickly. And I just give them the options. And when you're closing, instead of like feeling like this, it's time to close, like it's more like, okay, well, I heard you say this. Let me show you something that I think is going to be really helpful for you. Give them an option or two, maybe even 3, and say, which one makes the most sense for you? And let them choose. And you know, and okay, are you open to getting that tonight? Because I'd love to share with you that you can choose one of 2 free gifts tonight if you do so. And ask permission. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, instead of throwing up all this information and you choose this kit and this kit, and I've done that. But keep asking these questions and keep asking permission. It becomes a little bit softer and it doesn't feel so like salesy and forced. Is that helpful, guys? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Very.
So that's pretty much all I have. It's kind of like the Emerge stuff in a nutshell. There's definitely more to it. I mean, there's definitely, you want to always leave on a good note, always make someone feel amazing, you know, let them know that they can always come to you, you know, if they change their mind, if they say no. Just always leave on a, you know, on a positive note, and that really goes a long way, because we're not going to close them all. But I definitely think if you kind of get in your right mindset and you really listen, that you'll find that the closing will become so much easier. You'll feel more at ease with it, and then I think you will have more success with it. So that's my 2 cents. Any questions or thoughts, or am I full of crap or what?
No. I think that's really good advice, especially the part about just knowing in your heart that you can help them, because you know what these oils have done for you, right? And it could just be a matter of time before they have an experience that they say, okay, yeah, you were right. Like, I need this. I need to have it. So.
And you know, we've all experienced where we planted these seeds and they've said no, but you keep planting the seeds just gently with them, and all of a sudden the next month you have like 10 enrollments because you planted all these seeds the month before. So it's okay if people say no. Like, the timing is everything, and we can't control all of that. But totally. Like Gina said, and you know, if you know that at the end of the day you're doing something for them, they just may not know it yet, you can walk away still feeling really good, you know. So yeah, that's my, you know, 2 cents, and I've been implementing it more and more. And I'll tell you, you know, I started out this business and I was an enrolling machine, and it has been, you know, I only enroll maybe 3 or 4 a month, if that. And not saying that's not good. I'm just saying it's definitely slowed down. And so I'm like, gosh, how can I get back to that? I don't know that I'll ever get back to that. I've already enrolled everybody in my network. So I struggle sometimes, like, what am I doing wrong, or what, you know, and so know that we all go through these like motions, and there's going to be like highs and lows to this. And I think the important thing is that you just remember what you're doing and you're being of service, and there's nothing wrong at all with you being rewarded back for helping people. There's nothing wrong. No reason to feel guilty, no reason to feel shame, no reason to, feel like, oh my gosh, I'm going to earn commission off of them. I feel horrible. Like there's no reason at all, because you're doing something very, very, very important for them, whether they know it right then or not. But I'm implementing these things too, and kind of trying to, figure out how to get back on that. Even just 1 month, I'd love to like have 10 again, but that's okay. I feel like I'm actually being able to be, more valuable to people doing it this way now. So.
Well, and I think like we all kind of go through that, and we've talked about this before, where like, yes, you have like, you enroll your friends and your family, and you have this like big thing and your network. But I think where you are now, Alicia, is that like, you're helping other people enroll like that. And that's kind of how this business is. It's like, I don't know, it changes, it shifts. So it's really.
For sure. There's seasons to it too, but I don't know, there's just like some people are just like, let me put this post out and I've got 10 enrollments, and it's like, it's not like that. Just not like that at all.
Yeah, there's some people that are, there's a few that can do that, right? And
yeah, and whatever, they got like the internet angels on their side, but that's fine. It's all good. I'm just saying, it's work for me too, and yet I love what I'm learning from this Emerge, and I love that it's very service orientated, so that the Emerge's big philosophy is our customers come first, our teams come second, and we come third. And that's really, if you keep that focus in mind and know that you're helping people, and then you're helping your team, and then the reward comes back to you, you're going to be fine, so that's all I got, my friends. Hopefully it was helpful, and if you're going through a tough time, just know there's new shifts happening all the time, and it's just, don't beat yourself up. I totally get it, and we are so proud of everything that you guys have done. You guys are an amazing, amazing team, and I'm just really excited for the next half of the year, because I think it's gonna be really, really cool. So buckle your seatbelts, all right? All right, guys, I gotta go pick up my daughter at somebody's house named Chewy, so I must go now.
Thank you so much for being on with us.
You're welcome. Bye, guys.
Bye.
I forgot what I was gonna say. I was gonna say something, and I forgot now. But thank you guys. I know we went a little over, and does anybody else have any? Do you guys have any questions before we hop off, or no? Okay. All right, good. Well, I am super impressed with like everybody and everybody's. I mean, even Linnea, your volume this month, like you've had some, like some people order more than usual, and just those little things those little wins you have to look for. Yeah.
It'll be fine. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like that meeting with my boss, I could feel it. It took like the wind out of my sails. I'm like, dang it, I thought this was going to be this great thing. And now you're like, I'm not sure. And I thought I did such a good job, but oh well.
You know what?
It'll come around. It'll be fine.
Good job. I know you did a good job. And the thing is, it's like an experience thing. Like now you've done it, and you're going to have more of those, and you're going to have more people say no, but you're going to have big yeses, right? And I feel like they'll come around, and I think it'll be cool, like if you can get some of your customers down the line to maybe like write a little testimonial or something, or you could share that with them, and I think they'll come around, but it may take time. Like especially doctors, like you're kind of traditional
medicine type of people.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's Yeah, and I think it's just because, like, oils making their way into Western medicine is such a new thing that they're like, crap, what are we going to do? But, honestly, I mean, and I told them this too, like, we're a small private practice, like, in today's healthcare, like, we have to do something to set ourselves apart, or we're not going to make it. Like, we're tiny and we're independent. We're not associated with any hospitals or, so you have to do something to set yourself apart, or otherwise no one's going to come to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I mean, just be proud of yourself that you planted that seed, you know, and hopefully they'll take your advice. Because they're going to see it's going to be everywhere. It's going to be everywhere. And
it will.
Yeah.
It will.
Yes. So just keep swimming, Nemo.
You're speaking my language.
All right, I know.
These movie quotes, yes.
Get your groove, Emperor. I don't know. I haven't seen it.
You need to see it, Gina. I can't believe you've never seen The Emperor's New Groove. It's one of my favorite ones. You need to see it.
Oh, that one's so cute.
It's hilarious.
That might have to be the weekend movie for us.
Yeah.
All right, I can't wait to see
it. It has David Spade and John Goodman in it. It's funny.
They're both good. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm looking forward to your new.
Sorry, I'm like. Oh yeah, you want to see my thing? I'll show you guys.
Yes.
What does she have? I gotta get closer so I can see.
I know. I'm kind of.
Okay. I'm making stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's not done.
Mad Tea Party, Peter Pan's Flight. Small.
It's a subway sign that I painted with the rides at Disney World.
Wow.
I couldn't find one like it on Etsy, so I made one, and I'm going to try to sell them.
So that's
awesome.
Yeah, that's cute. How fun. So now that's your new Instagram thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, I haven't seen that before. I thought I was late to the game, but this is new.
No, that's new.
Oh, cool.
Let's see how it goes. I don't know.
Yeah. Little hobby, right?
It is fun. Yeah, creative stuff.
Totally.
I love that.
Yeah, good. I look forward to seeing how it goes.
Yeah.
So for all the like Disney, like it's gonna be like kind of Disney stuff.
Yeah, I have an Etsy shop, and if you order one, you can decide what rides you want on it.
Oh, cute.
So customized, yeah.
Ah, very fun. Nice.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah. You have to post.
It's kind of nerdy, but I'm kind of nerdy. So.
It's not nerdy.
Oh, it's awesome. No, it's awesome.
It's not. It's awesome. For sure. Well, I have decided I'm going to get I'm going to get some beads and make bracelets because we did this weekend and I had so much fun. And so I want to get back my artsy fartsy side too.
Yeah. I do it with Mikey all the time.
Yeah.
I made about 30 of them last weekend.
That's so fun.
And I just love the beads. Like there's so many beautiful beads. And so I didn't want to start another fetish, but I might have to.
Well, and I think there's so many I could just get really out of control. I could take it to a whole other level of like crazy. They look, but what are you guys making them with?
The beads.
No, not the beads themselves, but the material that's hooking them all together. What do you guys?
Oh, I bought first I bought some black elastic, but that was horrible and they all broke. So there's a clear plastic elastic that you can get at at Michael's.
Okay.
And I got the thicker one. So I just make the beads and I get like crimping beads for the ends so that it's just a string. And then I have like my son tie them so that it's tied a little bit tighter than what I can do.
Can you post a picture?
And
crimping beads?
They're
those little teeny tiny.
Oh, the crimping ones? So if you go to like Michael's, there's like little teeny tiny ones. And then I just use a pair of like needle nose pliers and I crimp it on one end. Then I can just drop the beads on. Mm-hmm. And then I cut them off afterwards because you have to tie a knot.
Mm. Yeah.
You have to tie a knot.
Yeah.
Are you making it like a special knot? Because how do you know, especially because it's kind of elasticy, that it's not going to come apart?
You do. I don't know. We looked it up, and then he ties it 3 times. Like he ties it tight, then ties it tight, and then ties it tight. Like instead of a double knot, it's a triple knot.
And this weekend, what we did, what Sophia, another girl on our team, does is she ties 2 knots like really tight, and then she puts a little dab of like glue on it, and then she lets the glue dry before you put it on.
We were gonna do that, but Mikey didn't like that at all. So considering he's my assistant, I couldn't go against his beliefs.
It's kind of his thing, yeah. And the other thing she does is she stretches it before you put on, just to make sure it's like nice and stretchy. So yeah, fun though. I'm not gonna go crazy. I'm not though. I can't. I just can
do it.
Just gonna get a few beads, right? Famous last words.
Yeah.
Michael's has great sales sometimes.
Yeah, right? That's what she said. She's like, Michael's, my coupons, and all right, I'm gonna do it. And you know what? She puts like tassels on them and like cool little hanging things, and I was so inspired. And like big tassels. Like because she just has big old like things hanging off of them, and they were cute. I was like, okay, I'm doing it. And
I have to hide them.
Yeah.
Because my husband has 3 now. He wears 3. So weird.
Yeah, it's not weird. It's cool. Everybody's doing it.
Yeah. Motivate and passion every day.
I like them.
Together, huh? I'm so I have my like favorites, and I like don't sway from them, but little by little I'm branching out and like putting weird things together. And like passion and myrrh that Amanda posted in her group, I still haven't done it yet, but I'm like so intrigued by that. I have to try that.
Yeah.
So good.
All right. Well, I gotta go. My kids are
Yes. Thanks all, and see you next Thursday, and talk to you in between.
Bye, guys.
Bye.